Hi! Alright, so this is my second summer video, and as I said last week, I was going to have a special guest this week, but I decided to do something different. I was laying in bed the other night. Of course, that's when I do all my brilliant thinking. Makes for a lot of sleep at night. Anyways, so I was thinking about what I wanted to do for another video, and this idea kind of popped into my mind, and I decided I wanted to do it this week because I'm really excited about it, and I just really wanted to tell you guys about it. So I want to talk about something this week a little bit more serious. I'm going to talk about kind of the idea of when life hands you lemons, what do you do with them besides make lemonade, because that is usually not our first reaction when really terrible things happen. So going back in time a little bit, in the beginning of April, my computer decided to completely crash. I tried to turn it on one day, it wasn't doing anything, and it just died. Now I had a Mac, and I had never really had troubles with it, so this was really surprising, and I was really frustrated and I didn't know what to do. So I called the Mac store, tried to talk to them, wasn't really getting any help. Ended up having to take it into the Apple store, and basically what they told me is that there was a possibility that my hard drive just died. They said this happens to like 1 in 100 people, and that you just get really unlucky and there's nothing you can really do about it. So I was at the store trying to figure out what I could do about this, and basically what they told me is that I could buy an external hard drive, transfer all of my stuff onto there, and then I would be able to save some of my pictures and music, etc. So that's what I decided to do. Me and Avery were at the store for about 3 or 4 hours. I was just transferring stuff over to this external hard drive. Luckily though, they were really helpful, and I was able to save some of my stuff, which I really at first didn't think that was going to be able to happen. So that was a relief. So I ended up having to spend quite a bit of money to buy the external hard drive and fix the hardware in my computer. So that was quite an expense. And then after that, I kind of had to start all over. Nothing was on my computer. I had to start new. All my bookmarks were gone. All my music was gone. Stuff like that. So after that, I was kind of getting back into like building stuff back onto my computer. And then comes finals. So around this time, I was writing my paper for the 2 classes that I was combining the paper for, and it was supposed to be 14 to 20 pages. So, the Wednesday before finals, this was like a day before it was due, I had been working on this paper for like over 2 weeks. I had like 25 sources altogether that I was lugging around in this book bag in the library. I was like the last one there a lot of the times. So Wednesday comes around, and my paper is due Thursday. So this is the last day. I had like 4 more pages to go. I had just finished I do really detailed outlines, so I just finished that. I was all ready to go. So I was in the library with my friend, and we were sitting at these desks where our backs faced each other. Well, I didn't really notice that she had headphones in, and she was facing the other way. So I decided to go get some food. I get up, I tell her I was gonna go, and I walked away. Usually in the library, we always do this with friends, like we go and we get food and we don't really think about it because we know that they're watching our stuff. However, because she was facing the other way and had headphones in, that probably made it really easy for this girl came up to the 5th floor and took my laptop and then went down to the 4th floor, took another girl's laptop and backpack with her wallet and everything, and then left. So I have my food, I'm coming back up, I go back to my desk, and I see that my laptop is gone. My heart literally dropped. So I turned to my friend and I was like, hey, do you know where my computer is? And she was like, oh my god. So I start freaking out. Like, I was already super stressed with finals, and I just couldn't believe it. So I was super freaked out. We ended up calling the police. Long story short, this girl was able to get away, and I have not seen my laptop since. Basically, after this happened, I went home and I was feeling so discouraged. I could not believe that somebody would just go and take somebody else's property like that and obviously not have a care in the world. Super upsetting because I felt really helpless. We had put in the police report and public safety was there, but I honestly felt like I could do nothing about the situation, and I think that's what hurt the most, is that I knew that she was just walking away with my computer and was probably going to go sell it. Now, I paid a lot for my computer, and it was something that I really cherish. I mean, I'm in college, I use my computer all the time, I'm very dependent on it, It's how I relax when I watch movies or TV shows or go on Pinterest or YouTube. And so it was really, really devastating. And I was crying for like a week straight. And it was just really difficult because I kind of just shut down. And the worst part about it all was that I was working on my paper when my computer got stolen. And so I just did not know what to do. So I went and talked to my teacher, and basically he gave me an extension. And I realized later that what I wanted out of the situation was for him to just exempt me from the paper. Now looking back on it, I realized that that was asking so much of him. But at the time, that's all I wanted, because I was so stressed out and I was just tired of writing papers, and I was like, you know what, I don't care, I don't want to write this paper. So I ended up going into his office and talking to him. Well, long story short, I ended up bawling my eyes out in front of my professor. I think I made him really uncomfortable, but he sat down and he said, "Oh, Brittany, this is not the last time this is going to happen." He's like, life throws things at you, and a lot of the times you can't do anything about it. And basically what he told me was that I was going to need to show this girl that I was not going to let her ruin my final grade or my final paper. And so, after much crying, many phone calls with my parents and my sister, just bawling about it, I had trouble sleeping at night just because I kept like replaying the whole thing and just kind of blaming myself for it. After that, I realized after talking to my professor that I had to take the best course of action in this situation. And so I decided that I was going to, my mom actually shipped me her computer, which was really helpful, and I was like, you know what, I am going to just start on this, I'm going to finish it, I'm going to do it well, and I'm going to show her that she may have my computer, but I have my final paper, and I have my final grade to get. And so, the great thing about this story is that I got my grades back about a week ago, and I actually got an A on that paper and an A in both of those classes I was writing it for. Now, I was so excited about this because after feeling so discouraged, getting that kind of a grade is like, yes, I did it. I was so proud of myself for pushing through, and I mean, it was a really awful experience, but I feel like I learned so much about myself and just about life through this. I actually talked to Avery about this too, and she brought up a really good point that was kind of the silver lining in all of this. Back when I was really upset that my computer crashed, I didn't realize that if that hadn't happened a few months ago, I would completely have nothing now from my computer. Because I have the external hard drive, I have everything before it got stolen. So I have all of my papers, all of my pictures, all of that stuff is still on there because of what happened a few months ago. And so this situation, although it was terrible, it just shows how when you think something bad is going to just ruin everything, sometimes it can actually be the silver lining in your story. I think sometimes we just don't realize how lucky we are in life and how much we actually do have. Though my computer got stolen, I still have my family, I still have my friends, I still have a bed to sleep in at night, you know, a roof over my head. So I think it's just things like that where kind of, again, the cliche, like turning lemons into lemonade. Sometimes they're just like rotten lemons and you want to throw them away. But the point is that sometimes really awful situations can really change your life perspective. And I don't want to sound corny about it, but I really feel like this situation changed me, and I'm almost like thankful that I got so much out of it. And so I guess out of this, I just want to know if you guys have ever been stolen from. I had never really had anything taken from me before, so I think that's kind of why it hit me so hard too. So I just want to know if you guys have had these kind of similar experiences and just how you dealt with it, because I'm sure there's many different ways of handling it. I just cried and called my parents and cried a lot more. So I'd love to know what you guys did to deal with it. Anyways, after that long spiel, I hope you guys got something out of that. I was just feeling really inspired by my story, and I wanted to tell you guys about it, and I hope that you take something away from it. And so I hope you guys are having a great week, and definitely next week I think I'm going to have a special guest, and I think we're going to do like a challenge or something. Make sure to subscribe if you're watching this video, if you're watching our channel for the first time, and I'll put our link to our Twitter down below, and make sure to give it a thumbs up for happy videos. And yeah, so I'm going to wrap things up, and I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.